Well, it was a tough loss, but it was a hard fought loss, in my opinion. I think it was a hard fought loss. I think it was for the Saints. Now, number 10 on the year. Hard for me to even say that, but it's no shocker. So yeah, so of course I haven't done one of these in a while because just of how this season has gone. The past few weeks have gone. Well, technically, how last week was, I didn't do one last week. But, of course, back with a review. And this one, this loss, I'm kind of okay with doing because, honestly, there is some good things to kind of say about how this team played and just kind of the fight back that we had, towards the end of the game, especially in the second half. Um, you know, so definitely, I'm sort of happy about that, and I think that was a good thing to kind of see. I know I'm saying that we're 10 loss team right now, but it is what it is now this season. So what else to say? But even though with this loss for the Saints, there's actually some good news that came out of today. For today, of course, if you guys know what happened earlier today, Lane Kiffin has officially announced that he is the new head coach for LSU. I will, of course, I'm announcing this on a Saints video. I, of course, will have a video talking about that, talking my opinions and all the other news and all that. Probably a little bit after this video. That will probably be tomorrow's video when it'll come out. But of course, this video will probably come out a little bit later tonight, as I'm recording this on Sunday, a little bit after the game, or whenever I can try to get it out. And all that. So yeah, so that of course happened, but of course the Saints lost this. Before we get into the video, if you guys are new to the BrewCrew channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the channel. Let's go ahead and just get right into the review. Kind of not really much to say. I just want to kind of go ahead and say this. It was mostly just the tale of two halves. We were a different team, two halves. First half, we were just terrible. We went down 16-0 at halftime. Then we started rolling a little bit, scored a touchdown. And it was a great game, I want to say, by Tyler Shough. 239 through the air, 2 touchdowns. He did have the 1 interception, but he did great. Rushing was not really that great with Devon Neal, but he made plays when he can. What a game by Devon Vele. He had himself a touchdown, 8 receptions, 93 yards, which was the most on the team by our receivers. Olave had a touchdown as well. He had a touchdown as well, of course. Touchdown. Sorry, I'm trying to freaking find the stats here. Oh, here we go. Here we are. Chris Olave had 4 receptions, 47 yards, and also a touchdown as well on 7 targets. But Devon Vele was the main target for Tyler Shough, which is great to see, especially with no Rashid Shaheed, no Brandon Cooks anymore, and just having Olave as your top man. You now have another good second option and a big, tall Devon Vele. So hopefully we get to see him be utilized more throughout the rest of the season and maybe throughout the rest of potentially his time that he'll stay, that I hope will keep him with the team or whatever his future is with this team or in the NFL. So some good from that. From that, some pretty good from the defense, especially in the first half. The vet himself, Cam Jordan, had 2 sacks. 2 sacks on the day, which of course would go on to be his 30th career game with multi-sacks. Brian Brzee got himself a sack, and Chase Young continuing to be really good and a key factor of this defense, getting a sack, his 5th on the year after, of course, the after missing the first 5 games. Quillen McKinstry did get an interception, I believe his 3rd on the year. Sorry if I'm just in that. But his 3rd on the year. So some good moments happen, some pretty good stats. Run game is definitely something we're going to need to work on, especially with us having Devin Neal, especially as our new starting quarterback, because as we know, Alvin Kamara kind of left the Falcons game with a knee injury, was ruled out for this game. So all in all, it was an up and down game. Of course, we lost, but I did just like the fight that we gave in the second half to try to get back. Shockingly enough, we got the onside kick there towards the end. Sadly, I do want to say this. I know there's going to be a lot of fans not happy, but it was 4th and 1. Probably you could say like 3rd and 1. You could have ran and try to spike the ball or use that final timeout. Probably you could have said, probably can say that. But 4th and 1, I said it like try to run the ball, get the first. You get it, call a quick timeout, call your last timeout. But Sadly, Miami was the better team. Overall better team. Really great game. Of course, we couldn't stop Devon A-Chain. He was great on the ground. We stopped Tua with, of course, the interception. We mostly stopped that offense a good bit in the second half. Another game in a row, which is sort of a high a little bit for our defense. Another game that we have not allowed a 100-yard receiver. So that, of course, is sort of a bright spot, I should say, a little bit with our defense and all that. I think really, I've kind of said this a little bit with LSU. The problem is the problem is with the defense a little bit is that the defense is sort of they're sort of interesting a little bit. They can be a really great defense and help you win the game and get big plays and all that, or they'll turn into one of the worst defenses and allow big plays and can't freaking stop anything. That's the issue I have with this defense. But we still have great players. We still get interceptions. We bring pressure. All that. I still think there's a big future ahead for this defense under, of course, Brandon Staley. But there is some key stuff we still need to work on with defense, like against the run game. For sure, definitely tackling as well. I said it, of course, almost every freaking week, but still, it's the big main thing though. Either way, excuse me. What else was that? Oh, but then the offense. The issue with the offense is kind of the same thing I've said with the LSU these past few weeks, with how great our defense has been. It's just our offense is not capitalizing off of the big turnover on downs or big turnovers that we're doing and all the other stuff that our defense is doing, especially that first half. The second half there was moments, but still we couldn't capitalize a lot. But we couldn't capitalize off of the defensive success. And it's the same thing that I've said really a little bit about the LSU, and that's what happened with LSU against Oklahoma this past weekend, which of course I didn't do a review for that because of War Games. If you haven't watched my War Games review, definitely go check that out. It came out earlier today as well. Probably leave a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. If you guys are wrestling fans, definitely do that. Definitely do that. But again, I think overall this honestly was not that bad of a loss. Out of all the other losses, I feel like this one is not one that I'm totally upset about. Mostly just because of the fight that we finally had there in the second half, getting close. Yes, hopefully, I wish we could have stopped that 2-point conversion because I believe we were in field goal range, we could have kicked the game-winning field goal potentially. Of course, our new kicker, what was his name again? I think Smith was his last name. Charlie Smith. He hit a 56-yarder for his first field goal as a Saints kicker, as a Saints and NFL kicker, I should say. So not that bad of a debut for him. 56-yarder. So hopefully we'll see more from him throughout the season. So yeah. So I mean, nothing else really. Sorry if you hear my iPad notification going off. It's just more stuff with Lane Kiffin. Really just looking at the rest of the season, we have Tampa Bay for the final time next week at Tampa Bay, which staying in Florida. Then we have Panthers at home, and then Jets at home. Those are our final 2 home games. Those 2 games, besides the Bucs game, I think we'll definitely lose that game. But the Panthers and Jets game, those 2 are kind of up and down. The Panthers game, I think you could either say you can say that we can maybe pull out the win, but it's just like, what kind of Panthers team are we going against? Because the Panthers earlier today, as I'm recording this, just beat the now then 9-2 Rams in a back and forth battle. So, I said this earlier. I was like, my goodness, freaking the Panthers this whole season have been up and down. Either they'll look like one of the worst teams, and then they'll look like a really great team and beat one of the other best teams, and it's like, what the heck is this season going on this season with this Panthers team? Jets just beat our division rivals, the Falcons, in a close one. So that could be sort of a winnable game. Tennessee, they're the other worst team, so that could also be a winnable game. That's at Tennessee, and then the final game, Falcons in Atlanta. I guess we'll just see because it's kind of the same situation, really. So we'll just see. I probably see us in our final 5 games. I see us potentially maybe winning 2 more games. That's what I got to say. I think I do see us having 4 wins this season. So I know it's devastating and it's sad to say that, but I kind of myself as a fan have been looking at sort of the bright spots. That's of course what I'm saying with this game, and I've looked at the bright spots this season. There's been a few, and I'm definitely happy and definitely looking forward to what's next year. I'm not on the train. If there's any fans who are on this train of wanting Kellen Moore to not be the coach anymore, I don't think it is, because I don't think he's really always been the problem, I should say, with what's going on right now. But excuse me, but anyway, it is what it is with this game. Of course, lost in a close one, 21-17. We're going to go ahead and end the video here. Don't want to make it too much longer. So yeah, so that's kind of everything that I could think of that I have to say. Again, with the Lane Kiffin stuff for LSU side on my channel, LSU Lane Kiffin stuff, I'll have a video out probably tomorrow. Well, excuse me, probably tomorrow, on Monday. This video will probably be out like later tonight on this day, on Sunday, as I'm recording this. So I will have a video out talking about Lane Kiffin and all this other stuff. So, well, excuse me. So I definitely will work on that later. But again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of the game, and other stuff as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've made it all the way through the video, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video so far, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the BrewCrew channel. And with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.